So one thing I'm starting to understand is a lot of people don't take action because they can't see the process. And I'm an action taker. You know what I'm saying? Like if I say I want to do something, then you know I'm going to do it 9 times out of 10. Probably like 9.5 times out of 10, I'm going to do it. That's just me, right? Um, I'm trying to eliminate the words should, one day, all of that. I'm trying to eliminate that stuff out of my vocabulary completely. And so one of the things that I have struggled with in my life is sometimes not being able to see the process of certain things. Um, Trying to start a marketing agency, right? Even though I have taken action with that, I still struggle with that because I struggle to see the process. I struggle to see the day in and day out how it's going to work, right? Um, the things that I've the things that I can do, and that's another problem. Is like I'm always focusing on what I can do, but like you know, not realizing like I need to figure out a way to get other people to do the things that need to be done to provide the best service for potential client, right? Um, and so that's one thing I struggle with, but I'm starting to understand now, like, because I'll make suggestions to people, and even listening to Gary Vee, right? He'll tell people, more, put out content, tell your story, and all that. And like, I'm starting to understand, like, you could just kind of hear it in people's voices. It's like, okay, I get it, but you know what I'm saying? Like, I get it, but you know what I'm saying? And that's why I feel like, and don't get me wrong, I love Gary Vee. I love what he does, and I love what he's doing. Um, but he's not really teaching you or showing you how to do certain things, right? He's showing you, he's telling you what to do. He's showing you what to do, but he's not necessarily showing you how to do it, right? Gary Vee's best thing, I think, the best thing about Gary Vee is his ability to shift perspective. Um, I think that's his superpower, which is why he's one of the most followed motherfuckers out there. He has that ability to shift perspective. Um, but he's not necessarily teaching you how to do stuff. And but he's telling people like, go figure it out. Go figure out how to do it. And somebody that's ambitious, like that's going to resonate with them. Somebody who's not necessarily that ambitious, they might go figure it out. They might not, right? And that's the thing. He can't spend his time worried about the people that won't go figure it out, right? He has to just stay focused on what he's focused on, right? So I respect it. I respect the hell out of that. But I think that's a lot. I think that's the problem with a lot of people. Those people that don't go figure it out. I think they struggle with seeing the process and how to do stuff, how things work. And I think that's something that one I need to figure out is like trying to see the process a little bit better. And I think that's what a lot of people need to figure out, getting out of our own heads, getting ourselves out the way and seeing the process. And that's why I feel like, and that's why I'm starting to understand. I started a video and I have to do a part 2 because my phone started getting hot. But I started a video about how I have been all over the place trying to figure out what it is that I want to do, right? And that's something that I've struggled with personally. and I've always looked at that as a negative. Like, I'm trying to do too many things, right? I'm trying to figure out too many things. But I'm starting to understand that once I do figure out that one thing that's going to, um, give me the financial and time freedom that I want, location freedom that I want, I'm starting to understand that once I do find that thing, all of the other things that I've tried in the past is going to help with the process for the thing that finally does work. You know what I'm saying? Or that I finally start to put the work into. That's why I'm starting to understand the whole benefit of trying a bunch of different things. Because I've had those moments where I'm just like, man, I'm not focused. I'm trying to do this thing, then I'm trying to do that thing, and then but am I even really cut out for that thing? I go back and forth about that with the marketing agency. Like, am I really even cut out for the marketing agency deal, right? Or starting a whole marketing agency. Am I still holding on to 2017? That's another thing too that I really have to really figure out. Is like, that's one. I feel like the whole starting a marketing agency thing is very similar to me doing music for over 10 years and holding on to it. It's like that meme or that infographic or whatever that was going around on Facebook, and I shared it a few times, where it's the hand holding on to the rope, and the hand is like all red and tight and all of that, and it says sometimes letting go is better than holding on, right? And that might be something that I'm holding on to, right? But I love marketing. I love it. I love the subject. But I also think I love marketing because of what I feel like it can do, right? It's connecting to people. And I think that right there, deep down, is what I really love to do. Is connecting with and connecting to people. And so, yeah. That's another reason why it's good to make content like this, because it you sometimes you talk yourself through certain things, trying to figure out exactly what it is, what it is you're going through, what it is you're feeling. But again, there we go. That's part of the process right there. Like, sometimes part of the process is you just turn on the camera and talking yourself through a situation, or turning on the camera or the recorder and talking yourself, talking to someone else, and that conversation unlocks something within you or within that person, right? But again, that's the thing, is like, people need to start seeing that process, and that's something I'm going to get better at. Is not I want to get better, I'm going to get better at, is showing people the process of what it is that I'm trying to get them to do, or what it is that I can help them with. And the reason why all of this kind of came up is because I was in a conversation with somebody the other day, and I'm like, they keep telling me, like, they want to tell their story, they want to share what they've been through, and I feel like this is like, I feel like they are at the point in their life where they're like, all right, I need to really admit that, what I'm saying, like, I think they're at the point in their life when they feel like they need to admit some things to themselves, right? Deep down, they have that feeling, but I think on the surface, they still won't let themselves do it. Like, deep down, they know, all right, I need to tell my story, I need to put myself out there. But on the surface, and that I don't think there's much of a connection between the depth, the deep, the deep down and the surface level, right? Because, like, you can have all of the intention, all the best intentions in the world, But your when I say the surface level, I mean your actions, your habits, putting it into words and all of that. Because this person can't even put it into words exactly what they're feeling. Or it's like they know what they're feeling, but they don't necessarily know why. And so I was telling them, like, record a video, start telling your story now. Like, don't wait for me to help you to do it. Put out a video, post it on Instagram, tag me in it, and start there, right? And it was like days ago. I'm like, I want you to do this today. They still haven't done it, right? Because they was asking me, like, what do I say? And I'm like, you said you wanted to tell your story. Tell your story. So I feel like people have a hard time seeing the process. If people knew what the process was, like, okay, if I turn on this camera and start talking and I post it, then what? You know what I'm saying? If people understood that right now, nothing. You know what I'm saying? There is no then what. Like, you turn on the camera, you record, you start talking, you post it, and that's probably going to be it for now. But continuously doing that, then the process is going to start being the people that already follow you, they're going to start to understand you a whole lot deeper, and they're going to connect with you a whole lot deeper, and you are going to encourage them to start admitting stuff to themselves, right? To start wanting to tell their own story. You know what I'm saying? Because the things that you've been through, they can connect with because they've also been through it. And they've been wanting to share the shit, but they haven't had the courage to share it. But now that they've seen you have the courage to share it, now they feel like they can finally share it. And if you were the person that unlocked that within them, then now you have a follower, a fan, a friend, probably for life. You know what I'm saying? Because it's all about shifting perspectives. And going back to Gary Vee, that's his superpower. He can shift perspectives. Every once in a while he'll show you the process of stuff. You know what I'm saying? But for the most part, it's like he's telling you what to do. He's either telling you what to do or shifting perspectives. And every once in a while he'll show you the process. So I hope this helped. I really do. If you've had struggles seeing the process, you know what you want to do, but you can't see the process of how to get it going or how it's going to work. If that's you, then leave me a comment or send me an email, rappergeek@gmail.com. I want to start like talking to people like through email and stuff. So email me, rappergeek@gmail.com. I want to put together like a whole Facebook group and Zoom and all of that stuff. So, but for now, email me, rappergeek@gmail.com if you have, some of these same struggles. I'll talk to you next time.